My name is Dennis Potter-Smith, and I work for Potter's Garden, which is a charity based in Stair Park. The concept of Potter's Garden began in 2012, and it was through a group of individuals working for the Stranraer ARC, parents of service users, social work services, and they all aspired to create an improved meaningful activities for people living with ASD, learning disability, and additional support needs that vary in complexity. Potter's Garden began life in 2013 as Stair Park Community Garden Centre, and we changed our name in 2019 because Stair Park Community Garden Centre was a bit long. It didn't really say what we did as well. A steering group was formed in the same year to establish our aims and objectives. We applied for charitable status in 2013, same year, which we achieved in November that year. We are a Scottish Charitable Incorporated Organisation, registered with the Office of Scottish Charity Regulator, OSCR, with our charity number SC04457. We are a not-for-profit organisation with a single-tier constitution. Our premises consist of land and buildings, and as mentioned, we are situated at Stair Park. The land on which we are sited belongs to, or is owned by Stair Estates, and our buildings are owned by Dumfries and Galloway Council. We have a 25-year lease, rent-free, from the council. Once we had charitable status, some of the people in our steering group became trustees. We started to raise funding to employ myself, as it turned out, and running costs for the project. The post for the manager's job was advertised, and as just mentioned, I was fortunate enough to get it. I started in 2015, on 5th of January. The governance and management of Potter's Garden is managed in two ways. The first one, we have a board of trustees. They meet at least 6 times a year. They have overall responsibility for the governance of Potter's Garden. And secondly, today we operate, day-to-day management is undertaken by myself, a senior project worker, and 2 project workers. Our ethics. Potter's Garden promotes enterprise and engagement and aspire to set an example in sustainability and healthy lifestyles, working with people to deliver their aspirations, offering training, employment, and volunteering opportunities. We also have to be protected. We have to be PVG'd, which is protecting vulnerable groups. We're vetted by Volunteer Scotland and Disclosure Scotland. We engaged to change aspirations through team building, confidence and self-esteem, healthy lifestyles, physical education or activities, healthy eating, and remove from peer and family pressure. Our services emphasise and promotes training and well-being. It is designed to cater for the needs of vulnerable and disadvantaged people, supporting them in their choices and aspirations, ensuring better health and well-being and fulfilment. When we moved into Potter's Garden in 2015, this is what we kind of inherited. We didn't really know how much work we had to do to get it to a state which is in now, which is a very good state, which is in now. This was taken just about 18 months, 12 to 18 months after that first photograph. And as you can see, there's vast changes. As it says there, we're not afraid of hard work. We started to plan, design the overall outline of the garden. And at this early stage, our plan was for a garden consisting of vegetables, fruit and flowers. Our gardens are fully accessible to local community and general public. When we have a surplus of produce, vegetables, fruit and other plants, these can be purchased on site by the local community. We also make ornamental garden furniture and bespoke items in our workshop to be sold in our shop area. And through the activities our students do, they can achieve award certificates, gain knowledge of horticulture, increase sense of well-being, learn about healthy living, increase greater social interaction, have fresh air, access to fresh air, and in a working environment. And we do like to state that it is a working environment. It's not a place for people to come and just pass the day. Stress reduction through working in a natural environment, stress reduction through existing and new friendships, learn new skills, instill and increase confidence, sense of achievement, community cohesion, opportunities to grow fruit, vegetables, plants and flowers for the local community, increase woodworking skills, increase opportunity to employment stroke voluntary prospects. What principally started as a gardening project has now evolved into a far greater expectations than we could ever have imagined when we gained our charitable status in 2013. At this present time, we have 14 adults training with us. Our site consists of 9 main learning stroke skills areas. Fruit and vegetables, productive garden, we have wildlife garden, therapeutic stroke orchard garden, rose garden, workshop with basic woodwork skills, learning and development skills IT zone, beekeeping in association with the Walled Garden Honey Company, jewellery craft making and cooking. Potters is monitored and evaluated by internal and external evaluation. The monitoring is operational activities, and the evaluation is the relevance. Staff meetings and appraisals, efficiency, assessments, effectiveness, managers' monthly reporting to trustees, the impact, Board of Trustees' judgment and sustainability. This monitoring and evaluation is used to prepare an action plan for evaluation and effectiveness, and identifies our priorities for the year and to examine new needs to maintain placements, facilities, social and economic aspirations, expand our range of services complementary to existing activities, to engage and support people to access employment, further training, to facilitate the information of new development to individuals and organisations, to research other training opportunities and identify gaps, to develop and improve our communities, to develop new learning provision where there is evidence of need. This was Potter's Garden in September this year. I don't know if any gardeners in the building will know that the last 2 years has been quite bad for gardening, certainly for growing vegetables and fruit. But we managed to get some. What we grow in the garden is transferred through to our kitchens, and we make things in the kitchens such as jams, chutneys, lots of other things. And this year we had our first craft sale, and these are some of the projects that, excuse me, the guys made. And we called it the Christmas craft sale. That was the 26th of October. We just opened from 12 till 3, and we actually raised £1,258. Future developments, in line with the growth of additional activities, in the coming year, we plan to increase the number of days of certificate presentations. So certification days are held monthly instead of annually. It just used to be 1 day per year, and all our training was assessed and verified by a separate organisation. They came down for annual presentation of awards. Of course, COVID put an end to that, so we had to think of a new plan. So instead of the students waiting 12 months to get the awards now, it's annually, and they'll get 1 unit out of the full award. To celebrate our 10 years of being established in May 2025, we intend to hold an invitation day for everyone who's been involved in our development over the years. This event will be publicised in the local press, border TV coverage. We will also hold an open day later in the year for everyone in the community to come in and view, and hopefully purchase some of our goods as well. We continue to increase our trips with to other similar organisations to broaden the knowledge of our students. So it's similar organisations which do craft work, do gardening, and it gives us new ideas as well when we go to visit. To upgrade our facilities and install a canopy at the rear of our building, and this will provide additional space for propagation of plants, growing on, and other activities which we can now include more craft work. Expand our staff training, engage with staff at Stranraer Academy regarding work placement programmes. This has always been a bit of a tricky point because we have always invited Stranraer Academy students with certain vulnerabilities to join us in the garden, to expand their knowledge, get them out of the school environment and in a working environment. They should have been joining us after the summer holidays. For some reason, I don't know why they've not joined us yet. So we're going to be looking at that for next year again. We keep trying. Thank you. If anyone has any questions, I'm here to help. Just before, if there is, this is Stephen. Stephen is a student of ours. Stephen didn't have a lot of confidence when he came. He was in Dumfries, wasn't you? Mm-hmm. And he moved to Stranraer pretty recently. And through coming to Potters, meeting other people, Stephen's confidence levels have gone from nothing to up here, and it just keeps growing. So we're really proud of Stephen.
Thank you, Kermit.
Thank you.